Since the year 1977, black people started a tradition of visiting this grave. Every year, Biko's date of death would see gatherings in honor of his memory. It is therefore an honor to have been led by our esteemed big brother and giver of light, Reverend L. Shapton, in this tradition that has spanned for more than 4 decades. Remember to call at my grave when freedom finally walks the land, that I may rise to tread familiar paths, to see broken chains, fallen prejudice, forgotten injury, pardoned pains. And when my eyes have filled their sight, do not run away for fright. If I crumble to dust again, it will only be the bliss of a long-awaited dream that bids me rest when freedom finally walks the land. Don Matera is well known to Steve Biko. Both were very close to each other and had worked together as comrades and also as artists. But Bradon is alive and still kicking. Though his poem was published many years after the death of Biko, his words fit perfectly for his friend. How I wish that Biko's spirit may rise and thread along with us, for him to see the paths he knew before and others he did not know before coming to this place of rest, for him to see the damage created, and for him to stare at us in the eye and provoke our sleeping mind. How I wish that we be fortified in his presence, since it is the presence of truth, as he crumbles to dust again back to his place of rest.
Here is a recording, a segment in my book that resulted from a recording with a former journalist of the newspaper called The Star, Harry Mashabela. And he tells us about a telephone conversation he had on the day he got the news of the death of Steve Biko. Have you heard? Dr. Tato Motlana, a Soweto medical doctor, asked as soon as he realized it was me on the line. They've killed Steve Biko. I was phoning to let you know. And they want us to believe that he starved himself to death. It's a lie. I know Steve. He was a healthy, robust young man in the prime of his life. Speaking as a doctor, I can tell you he would not have died even if he had refused to eat for a month. What's 7 days? Yeah, I said. Silence. Thanks for phoning. The overseas press is on the story too. Some correspondent phoned earlier for comment, he said. We hung up. My telephone rang as soon as I dropped the receiver. A woman, family friend, was on the line. What's this we hear about Steve? Is it true? She asked. It's true. Unfortunately, it's true. Mudimu, God, these people are at war. Black people must wake up. We can't sit back and do nothing. It was a simple, direct cry from the heart, and all I said was that she was right. Modimo, Steve Batong, she exclaimed once again, her voice choking. I telephoned several other people. A minister of religion said he was disgusted and muttered something about the need for a judicial inquiry. A colored mother broke down and wept. Black South Africa was devastated. It was a loss they could not handle. There was anger and bitterness and a feeling of helplessness all round. She knew Steve personally. Some had only heard of or read about him. Yet some, like me, had had the good fortune of working with him. They all acknowledged and respected his leadership.